Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What if I told you that the Lions are potentially on the brink of a major upgrade on their defensive line? That something could be brewing behind the scenes that might just reshape how the team approaches this upcoming season and beyond. Yes, there's a lot of buzz around a possible blockbuster trade involving one of the NFL's premier pass rushers, Trey Hendrickson. And if this trade materializes, it could be one of the most significant moves in recent Lions history. But let's back up a little and understand the context, because this isn't just about a trade. It's about a strategic shift, a move that could elevate the Lions to new heights. To start, Trey Hendrickson has been a force in the NFL over the past couple of seasons. He's not just a good player, he's an elite pass rusher, especially considering he's led the league in sacks in recent years. In fact, Hendrickson posted 5 sacks in each of the last 2 seasons, which is remarkable consistency at a position where durability and production are everything. His ability to rush the passer, to disrupt offensive line schemes, and to create turnovers has made him a coveted asset across the league. The Lions, as you all know, have been building a very competitive roster, especially on defense, where Aiden Hutchinson has already established himself as a premier edge rusher. But adding someone like Hendrickson could push Detroit's pass rush into a whole new stratosphere. Now, here's where things get interesting. The Cincinnati Bengals, Hendrickson's current team, have been embroiled in contract negotiations all offseason. Hendrickson wants a new deal, something that reflects his production and value to the team. On the other side, Cincinnati has been hesitant, mainly because of their usual approach to contracts. They're often reluctant to hand out guaranteed money, especially to players on the edge of their prime. This has led to some tense moments, with reports of disagreements and negotiations that seem to be reaching a critical point. As training camp begins, the distraction is palpable. Hendrickson has been clear in saying he doesn't plan to sit out games, which shows his professionalism, but the tension is there. The Bengals are faced with a tough choice. Either get a deal done soon or consider trading him if they feel the risk of losing him for nothing outweighs the potential benefits of keeping him. And here's the kicker. If Cincinnati does decide to trade Hendrickson, the Detroit Lions are in a prime position to make a move. Why? Because Hendrickson would fit seamlessly into Detroit's defensive scheme. He's a perfect complement to Hutchinson, creating a dual-threat pass rush that could be one of the most feared in the league. Think about it. Hutchinson, with his relentless energy and speed, paired with Hendrickson's power and technique. That's a nightmare for offensive lines to handle. The Lions didn't really address some of their defensive issues during the offseason, especially on the edge, and bringing in Hendrickson could be just what they need to fill that gap. You might be wondering, what makes Hendrickson such a special fit for Detroit? Well, first, his experience and consistency are unmatched. The guy knows how to get to the quarterback, and his presence on the field is a game changer. Plus, he's a veteran who would thrive under Coach Dan Campbell. Campbell is known for his energetic, hands-on coaching style, and he's a player's coach who demands passion and intensity. Hendrickson, being a true football guy, would undoubtedly connect with Campbell's approach. The energy and leadership he would bring to the locker room, and the defense could be exactly what the Lions need to take that next step forward. Now, let's consider the potential impact on the team's overall performance. The Lions have already shown they're a playoff-caliber team, with a solid offense led by Goff and a defense that's been improving each year. But adding someone like Hendrickson would give them that extra edge, that missing piece to push them over the top. Imagine the pressure he'd put on opposing quarterbacks, forcing hurried throws, sacks, and turnovers. It's not just about individual stats, it's about how his presence would influence the entire defensive scheme, freeing up Hutchinson and others to make plays. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Cincinnati actually trade Hendrickson? Will the Lions be willing to part with draft capital or other assets to acquire him? And what about the salary cap implications? These are complex issues, but the possibility of such a move is exciting for fans who crave a team that keeps pushing forward, always looking to improve and dominate. Now, let's also think about the bigger picture here. The NFC North is already a competitive division, with teams like the Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers making moves to strengthen their rosters. The Lions have been steadily climbing the ranks, and a move like acquiring Hendrickson could be the kind of jolt they need to become serious contenders. It's about building a team that not only competes, but also intimidates opponents. The Lions are on the cusp of something special, and this potential trade could be the catalyst for an even more formidable defense. And if we look at the history of the Lions' offseason moves, they've shown a clear intent to improve and contend. From drafting young talent to making strategic signings, they're clearly not satisfied with just being good. They want to be great. Acquiring Hendrickson would be a bold statement, showing that Detroit is all in on winning now. It would also send a message across the league. The Lions are serious about their Super Bowl aspirations. So, fans, this news isn't just speculation. It's a real possibility that could materialize in the coming weeks. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and with Hendrickson's contract situation reaching a boiling point, don't be surprised if we see a blockbuster move that shakes up the NFC North. The Lions are sitting in a prime position, with the assets and the motivation to make a splash, and Hendrickson's potential arrival could be the spark that ignites their Super Bowl chase. Remember, this team has been building steadily, and this kind of move could be the final piece that pushes them into that elite category. With Goff leading an offense that's proven to be explosive, and a defense that's hungry to prove itself, adding a player like Hendrickson would be the icing on the cake. It's about creating a defense that strikes fear into opponents every time they step on the field, a unit that can close out games and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. That's the kind of mindset that wins championships. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Hendrickson would be the perfect fit for the Lions' defense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in Honolulu blue and silver? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're here to bring you all the developments every step of the way. Thanks for sticking with us, Lions fans, and let's keep that passion burning bright.